Trouble in Rajasthan Congress mounts. Congress leader Sachin Pilot sat on a protest fast in Jaipur, defying a warning last night for his move that the party said is being seen as an anti-party activity. Now surrounded by supporters, Pilot aimed at rival Ashok Gehlot, whom he accuses of not acting on allegations against the BJP's Vasundhara Raje's corruption. The absence of any Congress branding during his campaign has now intensified speculation that Sachin Pilot may be spoiling for a confrontation that will drive him out of the party.
Split wide open. The Congress party in Rajasthan on a rocky road again, with Sachin Pilot's latest dare to long-time rival and Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot. Sachin Pilot sat on a day-long hunger strike against corruption. On the other hand, Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot remained largely confined to his residence. But as soon as Pilot began his hunger strike, Gehlot timed it with his message for Rajasthan, projecting himself as a messiah for the poor.
आपका बोझ मेरा बोझ है. अगर महंगाई का बोझ हल्का होगा, तो आपकी तरक्की होगी, आपकी तरक्की होगी तो राजस्थान की भी तरक्की होगी.
The Congress High Command appears to be approaching the latest conundrum with some caution. After a stern warning to Pilot for his anti-party activities, Pilot appeared to have toned down the rhetoric.
अब जब चुनाव में 6-7 महीने रह गए हैं, जनता के बीच दोबारा हमको जाना है, इसलिए मैं चाहता था कि इस पर हम कार्रवाई करें. पत्र लिखने के बाद, दो बार याद दिलाने के बाद भी जब कार्रवाई नहीं हुई, तो मैंने आज इसलिए अनशन रखा.
जो इसको एंटी पार्टी गतिविधि क्यों बताया है?
तो मुझे आज सुबह जानकारी मिली है, इस बारे में कांग्रेस लीडरशिप से बात करूंगा.
As Sachin Pilot took centre stage today, not a single poster reflecting the Congress symbol. No posters with images of Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi either. In his bid to project himself as a lone crusader against corruption, is Sachin Pilot weaving an identity sans the Congress is a big question now.
The BJP that looks to cash in on anti-incumbency in the state that has a tradition of unseating the party in power was quick to take a jibe at the bickering Congress leaders.
अब चूंकि सितंबर के आखिरी सप्ताह में आचार संहिता आ जाएगी, 6.5 महीने 7 महीने पहले इस प्रकार का आरोप लगाना, मैं उन्हीं से सवाल करता हूं कि उनकी ये चुप्पी क्या सिद्ध करती है जो उन्होंने 4 साल 4 महीने चुप्पी साधी रखी. अचानक भ्रष्टाचार का ये जिन कहां से ले आए.
Elections in Rajasthan are now just 8 months away, and is this a turning point for the Congress? Will these two political leaders, keen on projecting their own political personas, walk the path together, or will their roads diverge? In Jaipur, with Vedant Agarwal, Harsha Kumari Singh, NDTV.
Now, even as this political crisis is playing out in Rajasthan, Rahul Gandhi and his sister revisited Wayanad for the first time after he was disqualified as a member of parliament. The optics was the message.
Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's Satyameva Jayate rally in Kerala's Wayanad, along with sister Priyanka Gandhi and other senior Congress leaders, was a massive show of strength to convey that despite being disqualified last month after a conviction by a Surat court, Rahul Gandhi enjoys immense popularity in the constituency that elected him in 2019 with a 4 lakh majority.
The MP member of parliament is just a tag. They can take away the house, they can put me in jail, but they cannot stop me from representing the people of Wayanad.
Both Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka said losing the MP tag or being thrown out of his official house would not silence him.
And we are not scared of your intimidation, your aggression, your nastiness. In fact, we find it quite amusing.
I find it even stranger that a whole government, every minister, every MP, even the Prime Minister himself, finds it acceptable and appropriate to malign and mercilessly attack one man just because he asked a question they could not respond to.
A sessions court in Surat has granted Rahul Gandhi bail. A 2-year sentence was put on hold till the court takes a call on his appeal challenging the order of the Surat magistrate. The next hearing is on April 13. With inputs from Wayanad, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
Now, Karnataka BJP is facing its first major rebellion by a senior leader less than a month away from voting in the assembly elections. Now, BJP MLA and former Chief Minister Jagadish Shettar announced that he's upset after the party asked him to make way for others and indicated that he won't be given a ticket. He stopped short of announcing that he'll contest as an independent if he's not given a ticket, but his threat indicates he could do it.
Regarding survey, election survey and other things is concerned, in survey, my popularity is very nice, even as per the surveyors told us. I requested the High Command that I may be given another opportunity to contest the assembly election, 7th time, and I am committed to the party. I am a loyal worker of the Bharatiya Janata Party. My Shettar family, from beginning, it is from Jansangha, RSS and BJP, we have worked, and being personally, I contributed lot to the strengthening of the party in North Karnataka.
Meanwhile, Union Home Minister Amit Shah was in Dibrugarh today, where he inaugurated the BJP's office and said that the BJP will return to power in 2024.
मैं कांग्रेस वालों को कहने आया हूं, जरा कान खोलकर सुन लीजिए। 2024 में लोकसभा का चुनाव आ रहा है। आसाम की 14 में से 12 सीटों पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी विजयी होगी और मोदी जी 300 से ज्यादा सीटों के साथ फिर से भारत के तीसरी बार पूर्ण बहुमत के साथ प्रधानमंत्री बनने वाले हैं।
On the other hand, with regards his visit to Arunachal Pradesh, now India has rejected the comments by China over their objection to his visit to Arunachal Pradesh, saying that such objections do not change ground reality. China had opposed Shah's visit to Arunachal Pradesh, claiming it was a violation of Beijing's territorial sovereignty. External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Arindam Bagchi said, and I quote, "We completely reject the comments made by the Chinese official spokesperson. Indian leaders routinely travel to the state of Arunachal Pradesh as they do any other state of India. Arunachal Pradesh was, is and will always remain an integral and inalienable part of India. Objecting to such visits does not stand to reason and will not change reality." Back to some political news now. The Election Commission has recognized the Aam Aadmi Party as a national party and withdrawn the national party status of the Trinamool Congress, the NCP and CPI. Now, while the Aam Aadmi Party describes it as nothing less than a miracle for itself, having got the national party status in such a short span of time, Trinamool Congress says that it will seek legal advice on how to regain the national party status. The NCP, on the other hand, says that it could contest more elections in the future to regain the status.
The Aam Aadmi Party is celebrating its newly acquired national party status. With chief ministers in 2 states and a presence in other states like Gujarat and Goa, it's India's newest national party.
कि कहां से कहां आ गए, तो इसका मतलब ऊपर वाला कुछ कराना चाह रहा है हमसे। आम आदमी पार्टी की विचारधारा के 3 स्तंभ हैं, याद है ना सबको? याद नहीं है? 3 स्तंभ हैं। कट्टर ईमानदारी, दूसरा स्तंभ है कट्टर देशभक्ति और तीसरा स्तंभ है इंसानियत।
But several opposition parties have lost their national party status. This includes Mamata Banerjee's Trinamool Congress, Sharad Pawar's Nationalist Congress Party and the Communist Party of India. The NCP says it will work towards regaining its national party status, while the Trinamool is seeking legal opinion on the Election Commission's move.
TMC has overcome many obstacles. It will overcome this obstacle also.
गोवा में गए, आसाम में गए, मेघालय में गए, ज्यादातर जगह पे उनको मुक्की खानी पड़ी। वहाँ के जनता ने उनको अपनी औकात समझा दिया और अभी जो डेटा उपलब्ध है उससे उन लोगों का नेशनल पार्टी का जो तकमा है वो चला गया।
Regional parties that have lost the national party status are now strategizing to regain it. But ahead of the 2024 national elections, as they try and form a national platform, these parties say the timing of this decision is a setback more in terms of perception rather than electoral prospects. With camera person GD Shankar in Kolkata, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
Turning our attention to Delhi now, voice samples of 1984 anti-Sikh riots accused Congress leader Jagadish Shettar were done by the CBI's forensics lab. The probe agency had summoned Jagadish Shettar in connection with the violence in the national capital's Pulbangash area in 1984, where 3 people were killed. The Congress leader is accused of inciting a mob that murdered the victims. The agency has found fresh evidence in the 39-year-old riots case, making it necessary to have the voice samples of Jagadish Shettar. Now, hospitals across India conducted another round of mock drills today to review the emergency preparedness as COVID numbers continue to rise. But doctors are reassuring people that though the HBB variant is more infectious, it's unlikely to cause serious illness.
No need to worry, say doctors, as COVID infections increase across India, bringing the active caseload up to 37,093 patients. Several states have imposed the mask mandate once again, and hospitals across the country are conducting mock drills in preparation for a possible 4th wave. But top medical professionals say that there is no cause for panic.
ये जो केसेस बड़े हैं वो ओमिक्रॉन का ही एक रूप है, वायरस म्यूटेंट है जो XBB कहते हैं उसको, और उसके बहुत सारे सब वेरिएंट्स भी हैं, लेकिन ये गंभीर बीमारी नहीं कर रहा है.
This subvariant of Omicron, called XBB, is highly infectious and has led to a rapid rise in cases across the country. 5,676 cases have been reported in the past 24 hours, and the daily positivity rate stands at 3.81%. However, doctors report few hospitalizations, seen mainly in patients with pre-existing conditions, and say that patients are recovering quickly.
We have seen that although the positivity is very high, around 25%, the number of indoor hospitalization or ICU admissions are very, very less, and the recovery rate is about 98%. That is very good.
Meanwhile, schools in a number of states have made wearing masks a must, the only protection for kids below the age of 12. Thankfully, children are minimally affected by the current wave, according to doctors.
जो राष्ट्रीय नीति के हिसाब से 12 साल से बड़ी उम्र के बच्चे जो है 12 से 18 के बीच में उनको टीकाकरण करवाना है. कुल मिलाकर ऐसा है कि बच्चों में जैसे कि पहले रहा है पिछले 3 साल में कि बच्चों सौभाग्य से प्रभावित ज्यादा नहीं होते. पहले तो इनको इन्फेक्शन होता तो है, लेकिन हल्का जो लक्षण है वो भी बहुत कम होते हैं.
Although the subvariant that's driving the recent uptick in COVID numbers is highly infectious, which is why we're seeing a high positivity rate, doctors believe that it's much milder than what they saw in previous waves, suggesting that the virulence or the severity of the coronavirus is decreasing successively. In New Delhi with camera person Prem Singh, this is Naitara Singh for NDTV.
Well, India will witness normal weather pattern in the monsoon season this year as per the Met Department. The government's forecast comes a day after a private weather agency had predicted below normal monsoon rain this year due to the end of La Nina conditions and the potential for El Nino to take hold. The Indian Met Department, that's the IMD, however, said that there is no one-to-one relation between El Nino and the monsoon rain in India. With the possible development of El Nino conditions towards July, it may impact monsoon during the second half of the season as per the IMD. Now, the International Monetary Fund has trimmed India's growth projection. The growth projected by the IMF now is at 5.9% versus 6.1%, which was predicted earlier. The advanced economies are expected to see pronounced slowdown is also what the IMF says. IMF expects global growth slowdown. In 2023, global growth forecast is at 2.8% versus 3.4% in 2022. Global growth projected to pick up again in 2024 at 3%. The gradual recovery from the pandemic will be on track but fragile. Now, Ukraine's deputy foreign minister, who is in India on a visit, said that President Zelensky would like to address the G20 summit in India in September. Remember, India holds the presidency for G20 currently. Emin Zafarova added that NSA Ajit Doval will be travelling to Ukraine soon. She also appealed for India's support to Ukraine and said Ukraine's invasion has lessons for India with difficult neighbours like Pakistan and China.
My personal formula for Ukraine is survival, revival and arrival. So when we survive, we will revive obviously, and we really have the strong hope and believe that there will be a resolution of the war, and then the revival process when Ukraine will reconstruct itself from the scratch will also happen. And here India is also invited to participate in infrastructure projects both for private and public companies. And arrival to the country that we dream of, which is a transparent, democratic country where everyone can feel himself or herself secured.
Let's turn our attention now to IPL and meet the new star on the block, the man who talks through his bat. Rika Roy spoke to Rinku Singh.
शाहरुख खान ने भी पठान का पोस्टर बदल दिया, आपका तस्वीर वहां पर लगा दिया, आपके लिए ट्वीट किया. व्हाट वाज योर रिएक्शन जब आपने वो ट्वीट देखा?
नहीं, थोड़ा मतलब हंसी भी आ रही थी, मतलब खुशी भी थी अंदर से, मतलब थोड़ा अजीब सा लग रहा था. वो फेस लगा दिया था उसमें, मैं डांस भी हो रहा उसमें, तो काफी अच्छा लग रहा था कि सर ने ट्वीट किया मेरे लिए, तो काफी एक अच्छी फीलिंग थी अंदर से.
रिको, ये जो आपने इनिंग्स खेला है, शायद इसको क्या आप इसको टर्निंग पॉइंट कहेंगे आपके लिए?
हाँ मैम, कह सकते हैं मैम. मतलब बहुत रेयर होते हैं ऐसे मैच जो जीते जाते हैं. मतलब एक ओवर में मतलब 29 रन चाहिए थे, तो काफी रेयर होता है मैम. वो मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी इनिंग है, बेस्ट इनिंग है मेरी लाइफ में मैम.
यहाँ से लेकर इंडिया टीम तक का सफर कितना दूर आप मानते हैं? आप क्या मानते हैं, आप बहुत नजदीक आ गए हैं इंडिया के लिए खेलने के लिए?
नहीं मैम, मैं ऐसा कुछ सोचा नहीं है अभी मैम. जैसे अभी तो काफी मतलब बहुत टाइम, अभी बहुत सारे मैच है, अभी तो आईपीएल पूरा भी आधा भी नहीं हुआ. अभी पूरा फोकस अभी आईपीएल पे और टीम को जिताना है मैम. ऐसा भी कुछ सोचा नहीं है. सबका सपना होता है इंडिया खेलना, मेरा भी सपना है, मगर अभी ऐसा कुछ सोचा नहीं है मैम. मैंने
कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स के लिए जब आप खेलने के लिए आए, उससे पहले काफी कुछ काफी हार्ड टाइम से आपको गुजरना पड़ा. अभी रिंकू जहां पर आप खड़े हैं, आप क्या कह सकते हैं, द हार्ड टाइम्स आर ओवर?
हाँ मैम, कह सकते हैं, क्योंकि थोड़ा फैमिली का जितनी जो परेशानी थी सारी दूर हो गई है. जो मतलब कर्जे थे मैम थोड़ा, और घर नहीं था, तो वो सारी चीजें दिक्कत सारी दूर हो गई. तो मेरी फैमिली खुश है, मतलब मैं अपनी फैमिली के लिए कर रहा हूँ सारा कुछ जो कर रहा हूँ आज.
एक वक्त था आपने भी जाकर घरों में गैस सिलेंडर डिलीवर किया है ना?
हाँ जी मैम, सारे भाइयों ने मतलब घर घर जाके सिलेंडर देते थे. मतलब मैं पापा के साथ जाता था बाइक पे, 2 सिलेंडर होते थे एक बाइक पर, भाई के साथ जाता था, तो सारे भाई काम करते थे. तो मतलब पापा की काफी हेल्प करी. पापा यही चाहते थे कि हेल्प करें हमारी सारे लड़के, मतलब और मतलब थोड़ा पढ़ाई करें. मतलब क्रिकेट में मतलब इंटरेस्ट नहीं था उनको, पापा को इतना, तो इसलिए मना करते थे क्रिकेट खेलने के लिए.
पिछले 48 घंटे में एक ऐसा कोई विश है जो आपके लिए स्पेशल है?
नहीं मैम, बहुत सारे हैं ऐसे तो. मतलब बहुत लोगों ने मतलब ट्वीट किया है मेरे लिए. मतलब बहुत बड़े बड़े सचिन सर ने भी किया है. मतलब जो बॉलीवुड एक्टर हैं, मतलब जितने बड़े बड़े क्रिकेटर हैं, उन्होंने मुझे ट्वीट किया, तो काफी अच्छा लग रहा है. मतलब मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है मैम वो.
चलिए, शाहरुख खान ने कहा झूमे जो रिंकू, और हम उम्मीद करेंगे आप ऐसे ही सबको एंटरटेन करते रहे. थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग अस.
What a feat there by Rinku Singh. Let's move on now. There's some really exciting news for all tech enthusiasts out there. Apple is set to launch their first set of stores in Mumbai and Delhi. Apple CEO Tim Cook has scheduled a visit to India for the occasion. Let's take a look at what Apple has in store for India.
The first pictures of Apple's retail store in New Delhi, one of 2 stores, the other one in Mumbai, that the tech giant is launching in India next week. Apple CEO Tim Cook is likely to be present for the opening of both the stores. Mr. Cook's likely visit is an indication that Apple will diversify its assembly operations beyond China, with India clocking all-time high iPhone sales and exports from the country reaching billions of dollars. According to sources, Apple has sought a meeting for Cook with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Indian government's push for electronics manufacturing has offered massive incentives to attract international players. Animan Parashar for NDTV.